It's finally here. The iPhone 16 is just about to become official, and we're in final countdown mode for Apple's biggest event of 2024. Let me tell you what we will see at the event, what we won't see, and some brand new leaks we just got on the iPhone 16, new Apple Watch Series 10, and an AirPods surprise or two. All right, first things first, here's what to not expect to see at the September event. One of the big missing categories is gonna be new Macs. Now we know Apple is working on some all new M4 Macs, including an all new smaller Mac Mini that's shaping up to be pretty exciting. But it seems like right now, November is the time frame when these new Macs should emerge before the end of the year. And there's really two ways that Apple could slice this apple. We could see just a regular old press release pop up on the Apple website and that's it, little fanfare. Or what we could see is what Apple did last year was host a second fall event really mostly dedicated to all new Macs, because we're expecting M4 updates to the MacBook Pro, probably an M4 update to the iMac, and then this all new Mac Mini that should be like 50 or 70% smaller than the current model that'll ditch USB-A ports, it'll just have USB-C, and be, at least according to rumors right now, like the size of that little Apple TV set-top box, which should just be insane for a full-blown M4 equipped Mac. And this isn't the only thing coming later this year, which also could sort of warrant another event. We've also got a couple of new iPad updates, smaller iPad updates granted, but still some updates you should know about. Base entry-level iPad should be getting a slight spec bump, and also the iPad mini getting a spec bump as well with the processor and camera, so that'll be nice to see. And then also I've been seeing a bunch of questions from you guys in the comments down below, and now's a good time to comment and subscribe if you haven't already, on the iPhone SE 4. This is like shaping up to be one of the biggest iPhone upgrades ever. All new design, OLED display, 48 megapixel camera, action button, Apple Intelligence. This is shaping up to be really, really exciting. And I've got some good news and some bad news that you need to know. Good news is that we got new reports just this week that Apple is like starting production on this thing. They're stopping their orders of any more LCD panels and they're going all in on OLED for every iPhone model. So OLED screen on this is going to be amazing. Bad news though is that it's not expected to be at this fall event. Apple really wants to sort of reserve the fall event for the bigger, more money-making iPhones, and the iPhone SE 4 is on the horizon, but likely won't be coming until the spring of 2025. Apple usually does sort of the iPhone SE surprise around then, so don't expect this for at least probably 6 months or so. And then of course, sort of the forgotten Apple product that has always been rumored to be getting an update, but no one knows when it's coming, is AirPods Max version 2. We've heard reliably now for the last couple of months that by the end of this year, we should be getting a new AirPods Max version 2 with some new colors. Not exactly sure when we could see that, so something else to sort of have on your radar, but likely will not be alongside the new iPhone 16. Then that sort of leads us to the September event where we should be getting updates to 3 major products: AirPods, Apple Watches, and the iPhone, of course, with the iPhone 16. Also, I should mention that if you want to be up to date on what the iPhone 16 is going to be and you want to see all the features and basically you want a really quick recap of what Apple announces, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned because I'll have the recap lickety-split, if anyone still says that, here on this channel. I'll have a really quick recap for you guys once the event is done, so don't bother watching the 2-hour Apple live stream, just come here and watch my, shorter, condensed recap. I'll give you the latest. But as of what we know right now, here are the surprises we could see. So we're expecting 2 main AirPods to be shown off at this event, new 4th gen AirPods. One is sort of a higher end version that's got an AirPods Pro-like design and also for the first time brings active noise cancellation to AirPods that are non-Pro. And then a more sort of budget tier model that's like basically just a straight up just generational update over AirPods Gen 3 with more basic AirPods Gen 4. Now we've heard rumors from some sources, I think Bloomberg talked about this, Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo and some others, that Apple could be launching a like $100, $99 version of AirPods that could be these new Gen 4s. These are like sort of the new basic budget tier. Then you've got sort of the mid tier with noise cancellation, then AirPods Pro and stuff like that, so on and so forth. And then there has been some surprising chatter over the last couple of days that maybe a surprise we could see is an all-new pair of AirPods Pro Gen 3. We're hearing that the active noise cancellation on Gen 3 should be noticeably better than the current Gen 2, and there's also been rumors that Apple could introduce maybe colors, maybe there's been rumors of like a screen in the AirPods case for a while now. Maybe we see some new health and fitness trackers built in. That could be exciting. Now, this is definitely on the way more of like a maybe surprise that we could see. Definitely not a rumor that's been substantiated, but again, just something to keep on your radar. Two versions of AirPods Gen 4 seem much more likely to be hitting your ears soon. In terms of the Apple Watch, one Apple leaker has allegedly gotten their hands on sort of the watch faces or the outer sort of casing for the Apple Watch, and this sort of gives us our best look yet at what the exterior updates should be to the screen. Most notably, sort of two big updates here. One is that the Apple Watch Series 10 should have sort of a flatter screen like the Apple Watch Ultra, and also, as you'll see here, is that the screens are physically larger on Apple Watch Series 10. So it seems like Apple's gonna go bigger on sort of their more high-end Apple Watches, so Series 10 and Apple Watch Ultra, that line is gonna have the bigger screens. This leaker has also got images of allegedly the actual official Apple cases for the iPhone 16 lineup, which confirm a couple of things. Of course, we've got some colors here that may or may not be the legitimate new colors. Also, RIP to the Apple fine woven case. It seemed to be a disaster since it launched, so I don't know if they're doing that this year or not, but we don't got images of that, but I doubt it's happening. But we can see here that the action button, of course, is on every single iPhone model this year. And then also we can see here an exact cutout for the capture button that, because it's sort of cut out for your actual finger to go on there, does seem to indicate there is some sort of pressure sensitivity or some way you could interact with that button that wouldn't just be done through a case. In terms of other like general last minute iPhone 16 leaks, we're not hearing a whole lot because basically all the leaks I've been talking about for the last couple of months seem to be set in stone. A very minor design change to the entire iPhone 16 lineup, vertical cameras on the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, larger screens on the Pro and Pro Max. Really, the only couple of last minute leaks that we should discuss is the possibility of all the phones having the exact same processor. Apple, with the last generation, and maybe the generation before, I can't remember, they're starting to sort of split up their Pro phones with the Pro chips and their non-Pro phones with the non-Pro chips. That might be going away because of the whole Apple Intelligence thing, so they may have everything on the A18. Maybe they're gonna do again the same thing where they do A18 on the lower end phones, A18 Pro on the higher end phones. Not sure as of right now. There's been some speculation that we could be getting some new storage capacity options on the Pro phones, and then also price has sort of remained a mystery. Last year, the Pro Max model went up a little bit in price, but no word on if that's happening again or not. And then in terms of camera, of course, 48 megapixel ultra wide on the Pro and Pro Max. And while the improved optical zoom of 5x is coming down to the regular 16 Pro and not only on the Max phone, there are some rumors that maybe the Pro Max phone might again have a special optical zoom with some sort of super zoom or better telephoto zoom or something. Not exactly sure what the optical zoom range would be, but there have been persistent rumors for the last couple of months, including right now, that maybe there is a special zoom for the Pro Max phone. It seems like Apple always flip-flops. Some years, the Pro Max is the same as the smaller phone. Sometimes it has special features. Sometimes they're bigger features. Sometimes they're smaller features. Not sure which way they're going to go this year, but that is sort of a rumor on the table as something Apple could be announcing in the next couple of days. And now it is your turn, folks. What are your thoughts? Those are the last minute leaks. That is everything we think we know right now for Apple's September event. Of course, like I mentioned, I'll have your full coverage right here, so subscribe if you haven't already. And now let me know your thoughts. What do you think we're going to see? What do you think we will see? What do you think we won't see? What do you think could be the surprise one more thing? And of course, the big question is, are you upgrading the iPhone 16? Which model are you getting? And are you getting a new Apple Watch or new AirPods? Let me know in the comments down below as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you so much. Of course, like I mentioned, full coverage here on everything iPhone 16 related coming at you very soon. So subscribe if you haven't already. This is gonna be your final reminder to hit that bell and subscribe. Thanks so much for your support. I am Robert Rosenfeld from the Apple Circle, and I'll see you all in the next one.